with Craig Button. Craig, the Habs can flat out put the puck in the back of the net. They've got the second highest scoring offense in hockey right now. This from a team that was 17th in goals last season. What changes have made them so dominant on the offensive zone?
Well, there's a few of them, Gino, but it starts up front. You have Oliver Kapanen, who was a point-a-game player last year in the SHL Sweden and did a really nice job. We saw what Ivan Demidov can do in the National Hockey League, and they trade for Zachary Bolduc. So now they got three players that have taken the pressure off the top line of Slavkovsky, Suzuki, and Caulfield. That becomes harder to defend. Opponents cannot just load up and say, well, we stopped the top line. We're going to make darn sure that we can take full advantage and just shut them down because nobody else can hurt us. That's no longer the case. And certainly when you have that balance in your scoring and in your offensive weapons, you're going to be a lot more dangerous. And that's exactly what's happened for the Montreal Canadiens. It's also extended to the power play. The second power play unit now is really good. It's really dangerous. So same thinking applies. You can't just load up and stop one because there's another one that's going to be just as strong and just as forceful in trying to create offense. We know how great Lane Hudson is, but also the addition of Noah Dobson. That's another, and not just Noah Dobson, a right shot defenseman. Changes your looks, it changes the way you can present to opponents and how you can take advantage. So when you look at the way that they've created offense, they've done it with greater balance and with more weapons offensively after that top line.
Okay, so we talked about the offense, and you touched on the D as well. I want to follow up on the D. How impressed have you been by what Noah Dobson has been able to bring to this Habs D-corps and what that's done to the D-corps across the blue line for the Habs?
Yeah, and I think that when you use the phrase across the blue line, you get players, and you hear this often, Gino, players into the right spots. You know, square pegs and square holes. And I think that when you get everybody slotted right, that gives everybody the best opportunity to play to their capabilities. I think you're seeing that. And certainly Noah Dobson offensively has been a good player in this league. All you got to do is look back a few years and see how proficient he was offensively. Last year, the Islanders were one of the worst scoring teams in the league. Their power play was awful. And so your numbers are going to get impacted by that lack of productivity. And it certainly happened with Noah Dobson. But Noah Dobson coming into Montreal, he's a young player. He's smart. He can make those passes. He can control play inside the blue line. And now you have Lane Hudson, who can also have a little bit of pressure alleviated on him. It all doesn't have to fall on his shoulders. You get balance on your blue line. And now other players don't have to be asked to do more than they're capable of doing. So the addition of Noah Dobson, a big trade for the Montreal Canadiens leading up to the draft. And when you build your organization, you've got good draft picks, you got multiple prospects, you now can look at other options. That's exactly what Kent Hughes and Jeff Gorton did. And now the benefits are a team that is much more balanced offensively, much more balanced on the blue line, and much, much more dangerous to anybody they're playing.
And when you put it all together, how good have the Habs been out of the gate? Montreal is currently tied for top spot in the Atlantic. They're also tied with the Jets for most points among Canadian teams. Who saw that coming?